I was addicted to porn for 6 years, and the most time I'd watch it was in the morning, as soon as I woke up. I could not get over that. But in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how I did it, how I overcame my porn addiction and quit at 19. Right? Most people quit porn when they're 30, 40, when they get a wife. I quit at 19. The urge did not go away. I still wanted to watch it, but I quit. And here's how. So step one, action solves urges, right? When you get urges in the morning, as soon as you wake up, whenever it is, right? When you're scrolling, as soon as you're waking up, for some reason you're doing that, action always solves the urge. That is the most powerful way I've found to resist urges. You can try and meditate. You can try and use David Goggins' discipline and willpower to just resist it. You can try and meditate and breathe this sexual energy throughout your body. I've tried all that shit, but I'm not a monk, and I don't think you are either. What solved the urges for me and got rid of them completely was action, moving away from that environment. Because if you think about it, the most retarded thing we can do is stay in the bed, stay in the room where we're used to watching porn. If we're used to watching porn as soon as we wake up in bed, why are we staying there? What are we doing? Right? It's stupid, right? So action, getting up, going for a walk, going for a shower, going putting your shoes on for a walk, solves it, because you're effectively telling your brain, right, oh, we're leaving the bed, all right, we're not watching porn then. Okay, let's get rid of his sexual horniness, whatever. Oh, he's going for a walk, give him some testosterone, give him some energy, cool. That's literally what happens, right? So the beauty of this is because before you've even put your shoes on to leave the house, the urge is already gone pretty much. Just by getting up out of bed, out the door, down the stairs, shoes on, going for a walk, before you've gone for a walk, the urge is gone. Now still go for the walk, don't just go back up and, oh, it's gone. Go for the walk, get your mind off it, and then come back. But that's the power of actually moving from that environment, because if we're just going to stay in the same spot, it's stupid. No wonder we fail. And also, when you stay in the same spot in your bed and try and resist the urge, you're using your willpower up. At the start of the day, your willpower's up here. 10 minutes of resisting a big urge, it goes there. So it's getting harder and harder to resist the urge because your willpower's gone down. Another 10 minutes goes by. Another 10 minutes, your willpower's down here. So obviously you give in to watching porn, right? So you watch it and you feel like shit. When you've watched it, your willpower's still here. It's not gone up there. Meaning your willpower's there for the rest of the day, because this is in the morning time, right? Meaning the chance of you scrolling, playing video games, giving into whatever vice, porn again, is going to be so much higher because your willpower's here. It's gone down. But as soon as your willpower was up here, as soon as you woke up, as soon as you got the urge, moved, right, took the action, right, don't just stay in the same environment, the urge would have gone and your willpower would stay up here, okay? So that's the most powerful way to resist urges in the morning. Another tip I'll give you is delay the time from waking up, okay? So if you're used to watching porn at 9 a.m. as soon as you wake up, right? Instead of just quitting cold turkey and rushing the process of quitting porn, which never works, by the way, instead, tomorrow morning, instead of watching it at 9, watch it at 10. People are thinking, what, you still letting me watch porn? Yeah, right? Because you're still addicted, you're still doing it every day. So the worst thing we could do is just completely strip it away from you. So this is going to train you to eventually be at the point where you don't need to watch it all day. So do it at 10, then the next day do it at 12, right? And then in a week's time, you'll be able to do it at 3 in the afternoon. Then you get the point until you're doing it, once before bed. Then you get into the point where you don't do it at all. You don't do it for 48 hours, 36 hours, right? That is progressively deloading how much porn you watch. In other words, you're gradually reducing how much you watch it. You're increasing the time space in which you watch it, which will in turn reduce how much you watch it, essentially, right? If you're into the gym, right, you start off on the lowest weight, and then each week you progressively overload the weight, so you're gradually increasing the weight. You don't go from the lightest weight to the heaviest weight like a jackass, because you can't lift it, right? If you're trying to quit porn cold turkey thinking you can do it, you're doing the same thing of lifting the heaviest weight when you can't even lift the lightest. Start there, increase it gradually each week, and in a couple of months' time, you'll wake up and you've not watched porn in a week, which has not happened in years, okay? So increase the time you watch porn from waking up, okay? Now, the last tip I'll give you is practically how you quit porn. Okay, so those are how you resist the urges in the morning, the best, most effective ways. It's still going to be difficult, but those are the most effective ways I've seen. How do I actually quit porn? Okay, you get onto my system called LessFap. Now, LessFap is just how it sounds. This week, just fap less than you did last week. So if you watched porn 5 times last week, watch it 3 times this week, then once the week after that. It's really that simple. You might mess up a few days, but that's fine. Just forgive yourself and move on. But it sounds simple, right? The reason I'm telling you that is because the common advice online is to get onto NoFap, which is where you quit porn cold turkey. And that just does not work because you're addicted to porn and then you just get onto NoFap and you just never watch porn again. It's stupid because you're not ready for that at all. Those are the guys that are trying to rush. That's why everyone's still addicted to porn. Even though those NoFap videos get millions of views, why is everyone still addicted? Because they don't work. People still watch it because of the NoFap benefits timeline, makes them feel good. This is going to be the time I finally quit, guys. But it's not, right? Because it does not work. You can't go from being completely addicted to doing something, doing it 1, 2, 3 times a day, to 1 minute just doing it never. Like, it's stupid, right? So get onto LessFab, where again, you're progressively deloading how much you watch it. So gradually reducing it each week. And you'll wake up one day, you've not watched it in a week, as opposed to a couple of months ago, you were doing it every day. It works so well because number one, you can still watch porn because it's kind of fun, I get it. Number two, each week you're getting benefits because the less you watch porn, the more benefits you get. You may have been told another lie that you need to get to a certain NoFap streak to get any benefits. Once you're on day 30, you'll be able to start levitating. So bollocks, right? You get benefits from just watching porn less. So if you watch it 10% less this week, you'll be 10% more confident. You'll have 10% more motivation, testosterone, energy, 10% less anxiety, all these benefits that you want in quitting porn, right? Confidence to speak to people, all these things you want, only they come from just watching it less. You don't need to go cold turkey. Obviously, eventually, you'll be watching it 0 times ideally, and if you follow my videos, you will. But for now, just watch it less and watch the benefits come up. And the final reason that LessFap works so well is because you are making progress towards quitting porn, which just making progress to goals feels great, especially if you've been on NoFap for years, which has not worked. You've made negative progress on NoFap because it just makes you more addicted. You get onto LessFap, and within 1 or 2 weeks, simply because you're just watching it less and less, you're not rushing it, you're not making it hard for yourself, you finally make progress towards quitting porn, which is all you've wanted this whole time, to stop feeling like a loser, stop hating yourself, right? Start being more confident, testosterone, all the things you want. You'll start experiencing that on LessFap while still watching porn, right? So that's how you quit. That's how you resist the urges before bed. Action solves urges, and try and delay the time from waking up to watching porn until you're watching it, until you're waiting like 36 hours from waking up until you watch it again. All right? That's how you quit. Subscribe if it helped, and goodbye. By the way, no pressure, but the link under this video is my paid porn quitting course. When you feel like you trust me enough, and if you feel like my free advice has helped you change your life in any way, check that out right now.